At the airport security check, the man suddenly pulled out a red bag. He firmly said that he would not let this bag go through the scanner. The security staff were surprised at first. They tried to explain, but the man stood his ground. He said the bag contained belongings of his fallen comrade, and he didn't want those items to be treated like ordinary luggage. He stood silently and watched as the casket was carefully loaded onto the plane. He gave a solemn salute. His heart felt heavy, his eyes filled with tears. During the flight, a flight attendant came up to him. She handed him a small cross. On that cross were words of love, respect, and blessings from the entire flight crew. By the time the plane reached its destination, night had fallen. Airport staff were gently and respectfully unloading the casket. They informed the man that a hotel had been arranged for his rest, but he politely declined. He said, "I can't leave my comrade alone in the airport storage." He stayed there the whole night. Quietly, he sat and sorted through his comrade's belongings. In his heart, it felt like his friend was still there, still alive. The next day, the pilot learned about the man and his journey. He made an announcement to all the passengers. "Today we have a special guest on board. I request that you let this gentleman disembark first." The cabin fell silent. There were tears in everyone's eyes. One by one, the passengers stood up. When the casket was brought down from the plane, the atmosphere turned deeply emotional. As they approached the comrade's hometown, the man gently removed the cover from the casket. He pulled out a fresh, clean national flag. With great care, he placed it over the casket, and once again, he offered a respectful salute. The final journey had now begun, and the casket followed behind. A truck drove by, but when the driver saw the flag, he immediately stopped, removed his cap, and turned on his headlights. Slowly, the cars behind also came to a halt. Everyone turned on their headlights and bowed their heads in respect. Everyone wanted this hero's last journey to be full of dignity and honor. After a long journey, the man brought his comrade home. The funeral was scheduled for the next day. Before that, he had to make sure everything was perfect. Nothing could be overlooked. The casket was opened gently. His comrade lay peacefully in uniform. Seeing him, the man couldn't hold back his tears. He wept. The next morning, he prepared all the necessary items for the funeral. Then, he met with his comrade's parents. He told them that their son was brought home with full honor and respect throughout the journey. He handed over the cross and the belongings. The father, with trembling hands, picked up the name tag and stared at it for a long time. Tears wouldn't stop flowing from her eyes. The mother kissed the name tag. The funeral was deeply emotional and solemn. The entire town had gathered. Every face was filled with sorrow. A large screen showed the comrade's photo. People stood in silence, paying their respects. As the casket was taken to the cemetery, people lined up quietly on both sides of the road. No one said a word. Their silence was the greatest tribute. The mother placed the cross on her son's casket, the same one the flight attendant had given. The man watched it all with teary eyes. As people slowly began to leave, he stayed right there. He gave his comrade one final salute. "Can you also sacrifice for your country?"